Welcome back to Operation Overhaul, everybody. And like I said in the first video of the Volkswagen series, we're going to be doing the vacuum pump on a 2012 Passat with the 2.5. So if you want to watch this, stick with me and chime on. So I'm going to put a link up to the spark plug video just so everybody can see how to remove the cover and air breather on this, because you're going to have to remove that anyway to take the actual vacuum pump out. And once you get to that point, we're going to have to remove the tube right here and the battery and battery tray. So we're going to go ahead and start doing that. To remove this tube, there is a inlet tube on the bottom. It's got two squeeze sides. You just squeeze them together and pull down. Sometimes they can be a little tricky to get off. And then you got one of these squeeze hose clamps right here. These clamps have a lot of tension on them. That's pretty much it right here. And that's where your air inlet tube goes in right there. Right, next thing we need to do is disconnect the battery. And you can do this with a 10mm. It's just two of them. I like to disconnect the ground cable first. And then there's a bolt down here holding the battery in on the tray. And the one on the tray is a 13mm. And there's three 10mm bolts that hold this in. We're going to take this loose as well. For the computer holder, there is the two rubber grommets right here. They can be stuck in there pretty good. And the last bolt is right down in here. I'll leave those in the tray. Alright, and the vacuum pump is actually right here. And to do it this way, we're going to have to disassemble the parking mechanism. I'm going to leave it hooked up like the connector because I don't want to mess with that. And they are a little harder to do, these connectors. Like I said, you got to push them down till you hear them pop. But we're going to take the actual shift cable off and take the bracket for the shift cable off as well. And then we'll remove the whole shift selector. But I'm going to pop the cable off first. Sometimes you can get these by hand, sometimes you can't. Let's see if I can. Nah. Pry up. Get that. Got it enough off of there. I may have to use a little screwdriver. There it goes. Now we're going to take these two bolts right here. I do believe those are 12s. Nope, they're 13s as well. I think on the older models they were 12mm. And clean off around the bolt because I do believe these are adjustable just a little bit. So just make sure that everything is good. And this is a common thing to leak, is the gasket on the vacuum pumps. So I got a marker. Just marking part of the back of the bolt. Now we're going to take the actual lever part off on the selector. Just rock it back and forth and it should come up. There is a washer, and looks like that. It's just a lock washer. Do not lose that. That keeps tension on it. Alright, and now there's these little tabs on this nut. You can bend them down. They should be real easy to move. And you may even be able to push them down by hand. Whoops. And as you can see, the nut will actually thread off with your fingers as well. That's the nut right there. And that's the little washer tabs right there. It's actually 4 tabs on it. Alright, now what we can do is actually take these two 10mm off on the top, and we can pull the actual gear selector off. Service manual actually recommends pulling the transmission for this. Alright, and we got that moved out of the way, and as you can see, I have the shadow marks on there as well. Alright, next thing we need to do is pull the cover off of the vacuum pump, and I think they are T25s. That's what the bolts look like. They're little short stubby ones. You don't have to keep those because the new vacuum pump will have the cover on it already. But in order to remove it without removing the transmission, you will have to take this cover off. So there's a 10mm and a T27 on the top left. Then there is another T27 right below this plastic vacuum line. And then there's one right underneath the very bottom, closer to the front of the engine. That is a T27. So the brake booster line, it just pushes on. Just be careful because it is a plastic line and you can break it. All right. Now we're going to take the pump off. You see how I flipped it down and over, and that is taking it out. But here's a better look at it right here. It's just it was a little hot, so I couldn't show it to you on the car, but that's it right there. There engages into the engine, and that's what spins it. And then this is what creates all your vacuum. And then here's the gasket right there. Alright, now I'm going to take the cover off of the new one so we can install it in the reverse order. So let me take the cover off and I'll show you how I flip it in and get it set back up. Alright, before I take the cover off, I did want to show you the new one. Here it is right here. That's the part number on it. And there's the manufacturer's part numbers. But it is a Rein. Well, actually, there's the part number. That's the Rein automotive part number right here. And it does come with a new gasket. Right there, that's the new gasket. Like I said, I'm going to pull the cover off so I can get it back on there, but I'm going to clean this up a little bit. Just wipe it down, don't spray any brake cleaner or anything, and get it in the engine. At this point, you want to wait till you got the pump on and at least torque down to the specs before you start washing that old oil off of there. Okay, I got y'all in a little bit closer. and that way you can kind of see how I did this. Like I said, when you're putting it in, you're gonna have to flip it down. And the new gasket comes with little tabs to hold it in place. And you probably have to rotate it to get it to seat into the shaft. There it goes. You saw how it just sat down in there. Alright. Just be careful when you're doing it that you don't tear this rubber seal right here, because that is what helps keep the vacuum in here too, and you want to make sure that it's got a good seal on it. Alright, I'm not going to show you every little step on this, so I'm going to get this bolted back up, and then I'm going to put the cover on it, and whenever I get ready to install the actual shifter selector, I'll come back and show you that. Alright, I got the cover back on, and then I also have the booster hose on. Next thing we're going to do is go ahead and reinstall this right here. Let's walk it down real easy. Then get the jam nut. We're going to put the washer on there first, and then after you just want to thread it on pretty much hand tight, and then once you do that, you'll use a screwdriver to pull the tabs back up just so it doesn't move on you. Selector until it lines up with the marks we made earlier, and I'm just going to zip it down. Next we can put on our shifter lever, and all of this only go on one way. Even the jam nut only goes on one way, because you'll see there's a flat spot and a recessed spot on that jam nut, and you will have to put the flat spot up on that one. Alright, so my battery died real quick after I put the cable in, so I had to switch batteries on my GoPro. But like I said, we got the cable and everything in. Only thing you got left to do is to hook up the air intake tube right here, the battery box, and make sure you hook up all your computer and power steering reservoir stuff right here. But that is pretty much everything to doing a vacuum pump without pulling the transmission off. If you have any questions or anything, leave them in the comment section below, and I'll try my best to answer them. And if you need any specs or anything like that as well, I'll put those in the description of the video. But if y'all enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And until next time, y'all have a great day.